Hey, fellow babies, welcome back to Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. We are hopeful you are watching this as a Patreon patron, and if you are, thank you very much. If you're doing that, or if you're not doing that, you can still subscribe to our YouTube channel, so you can do it that way, and we can get paid. And if you're doing neither of those two things, then please try to remember, well, even if you are doing those two things, please try to remember to link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch Prime account. If you do that, you are sticking it to Amazon. They pay. They don't get any money from you. You're already paying for that. So it's free for you. You stick it to Amazon. They actually have to cut into their billions and billions and billions of profits so Shane can afford macaroni and cheese out of the box. So please link your Twitch Prime account to your Amazon Prime account.
This episode of Pachter Factor is brought to you by DeShazer Ryan Realty. Right now, Doug DeShazer has beautiful lots available adjacent to Kookanusa Lake in northwest Montana. Pull up your RV and access the hookups, or build your own construction. Either way, you have access to world-class fishing, hunting, boating, swimming, biking, hiking, and the internet. No matter where you're looking to buy, make Doug DeShazer your real estate consultant at 406-291-1643. That's Doug DeShazer at 406-291-1643.
All right, let's get to today's question from Sifted from my buddy, Derek D111. Was raising the price of Game Pass twice in 12 months a good idea? Is Call of Duty really going to move the needle enough to rationalize the price increases? If Call of Duty doesn't generate at least 5 million new subscribers, will it make Microsoft rethink the Game Pass experiment? How much higher can it go beyond the current $20 a month before players begin to reject the service en masse? Could $20 already be too much? I gotta say, I was really surprised at the price increase from $14.99 to, I think it was $16.99. $16.49 or $16.99? When they did that, I was really surprised. I thought they should absorb Activision, have Call of Duty on the platform for 1 or 2 or 3 years, get as many customers as they could get, and then raise the price $2. The model for price increase is Netflix. They are brilliant. And if you look at how Netflix charges right now, it's $15.49. I'm doing US prices. It started at $9.99. Then literally, and I'm talking 2007 through 12 or 13. Then it went to $10.99, then $11.99, then $12.99, then $13.99. The last increase was $1.50 to $15.49. But they literally raised the price every 2 years. They held back. They wanted people to get used to paying the old price. They waited 2 years, and each time they raised price, they gave you more content. Now, in fairness to Microsoft, you're going to get more content because you're going to get Call of Duty. But they're charging everybody, they went from $14.99, to $16.99, $2. It should have been enough, and they should have done nothing for 3 more years. If it was me, I would have waited until Call of Duty had its second anniversary, and in the January after the second anniversary, so that would be January of 26, I would have raised the price. But then I would have raised it $2 to $16.99. Then I would have waited 2 more years and raised it another $1 or $2, period. And then I would have waited 2 more years and raised it to $20. They completely blew it. I don't know who's advising them. I think that part of the issue with Microsoft is I think that everybody who works there is a good soldier. And if the boss up above says you got to be more profitable, they just go do it. There are a lot of bad decisions made when the bosses tell you have to be more profitable. So, frankly, I think that they should have pushed back. And Microsoft just reported, and I forgot the number, but they made like $40 billion. They make tens of billions of dollars a quarter. They make so much money that you're talking about $2 on 35 million people. You're talking about 70 million a month. That's $1 billion. Who cares? It's not even worth talking about. Not you consumer, you Microsoft. It's a rounding error in the context of Microsoft. They should have had a strategy. The bosses, Phil Spencer, should have pushed back and said no. So do I think 2 price increases in a year is too much? Yes. You should always be 2 years apart. I think 10% price increase is okay. So I think they should have gone from $14.99 to $16.49. And I think the next price increase should have been to $18 and then to $20. Then they could have said, we'll round it to 10%. People get 10% price increases. But you're right. I mean, this thing went from $15 to $20 in less than a year. That's 33% in less than a year. That is the kind of thing that makes people angry. It doesn't seem like a painless, small tweak to the service. And especially if you're not a big user. If you're not a big user, then why are you paying? You notice a price increase of 33%. So yes, I think that will piss people off. Now the question is, what are you getting in return for that? And the answer is, they better give you a lot. Now, Call of Duty is going to be there. They've already announced that. I don't think they're worried about the first 35 million people as much as they're worried about the next 200 million people. And that's where I think it's especially stupid to raise price. They should hook the next 200 million people in at 15 or 10 or 5. So here's what I think is going on, and I am making this up. So I promise you nobody at Microsoft told me this. I think Microsoft's going to introduce an ad-supported tier. I really do. I think that as they get better with Fire TV Stick and they get a deal with Roku and they get a deal with Chromecast, they get a deal with Apple TV, and they do streaming only, not on console, I think they're going to discount the out of that. I think that'll be $10. They haven't announced all that yet. I mean, again, they have the ways to do that because you're only going to be essentially able to play single-player games that way. You're not going to be able to play multiplayer. The reason I say $10 is if you're not playing multiplayer, you don't need the Xbox Live Gold, the service formerly known as Xbox Live Gold, which is $5 a month. Because you're not really using their servers, you're using the cloud, it's different. And so my expectation is there will be a $10 price point. It'll be $20 on console and $10 on TV only. And I think they're doing this to differentiate that, but I am making that up because I haven't heard that from them. Then once that's up and running and successful, I think they cut the price further, $5 with ad support. And you agree to watch that ad before each level or whatever. 2 minutes, 3 minutes when you boot up, 1 minute in between each level that you complete, whatever you're doing. And so they'll deliver 6 minutes or 8 minutes, an hour of ads to you and charge you $5. And they will get 200 million subscribers because people will say, that's a great deal. I can play Call of Duty for all year. All the Call of Duties ever made for the price of one. That's too good a deal. People will do it. So that's where I think it's headed. I am making that up as I go. But let's hope somebody who works at Microsoft is watching this and taking notes, and they have the balls to actually go talk to management and say, Pachter, who knows you guys, is calling you out, and you should do this. So let's see. I don't know, though. I think your question is $20 too much already. Maybe. For some people it will be. I mean, hell, if you lost your job, yes. If you have to cut costs and you start looking at all the different subscriptions you have, yes. Thank you for joining us on Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. We are especially thankful if you're either a Patreon patron and or a YouTube subscriber. That's great. If you are doing those things, or if you're not, try to remember to link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch Prime account. There's instructions in the show description. And we get paid by Amazon. You pay nothing. You are sticking it to them. Do it. It's worth it. Don't be weird. Be sticking it to Amazon. It's one of those really cool things that Amazon does for their subscribers, for their Prime subscribers. And since you're already paying them, take advantage. It's a freebie for you. It gets Shane paid. So appreciate that. Follow me on Twitter at Michael Pachter. We'll see you next time.